Now, I talked about all the documentation. Now, what about some unwritten rules? And this is what I think is my favorite part of being a manager and working in organizations is that not all practices are really explicitly written down as a policy. We don't always put in our policy manual, when to take your bathroom break. When you can take a bathroom break, right? I mean, it's kind of like, yeah, if you need to use the restroom, go to the restroom. But how many of you have worked in a pharmacy where someone is taking a bathroom break every 30 minutes and it seems like they're always gone, leaving the pharmacy? They come back, yeah, I had to go to the bathroom, or whatever it is, and you're like, wow, you've gone to the bathroom 12 times in the last 6 hours. What is going on? Again, there may not be a rule that says you can or can't go to the bathroom 12 times. So how do you address that? How do you address certain situations where you may have an employee who, again, maybe they have a physical condition, without some written medical condition, why are they just leaving the pharmacy so frequently or whatever? What rules are they breaking, especially if it's not written down? And I mean, do you want a policy that says how many times you can go to the bathroom? No, I mean, I don't think everything needs a policy. So you have a new employee. How do you bring them in or socialize them? So this is the socialization component of employee training. This is talking about common etiquette. Um, and let's think about, and I go back to the breaks or bathroom type things. This is kind of like, it's funny because it's like, yeah, without it being written down, like, you did something wrong if you've worked in a pharmacy for a long time, and you can, it's like, it's wrong, it's right, but it's not written down. So here's an example of notifying the rest of the staff before you take your break. So say you have a 15-minute break scheduled every 4 hours, or like say on a 4-hour shift, you get a 15-minute break where you get to go clock out. Not only is it allowed for you to take a 15-minute break, but it's expected in a lot of companies for workplace, um, you know, for different, depends on the state and some other federal regulations and the type of company. There may be workplace regulations that require certain amount of break and downtime. So not only are you allowed it, but you're expected to take those breaks. So what if you have an employee who just walks out without telling anyone else that they're going to take their break? Now, does it say, and then you go back to like your standard operating procedures, is there anywhere that would explicitly say, before you take a break, you must notify your supervisor. You must notify. What if your supervisor's busy? What if whatever the issue may be? Do you take your break or not take your break without notifying someone? Um, or if you came in, if you're supposed to work from 1 o'clock to say 6 o'clock, you just got a little 5-hour shift, and you came in at 12:45. So because you came in 15 minutes early, you plan on leaving 15 minutes early without really telling anybody. Does that is that something that would be frowned upon at your pharmacy, or is that something that would be, well, it's not really written down, so I guess it's okay? These are the kind of conversations that have to happen early on as you're training people. You've got to, and sometimes it's kind of like, well, what's the phrase, monkey see, monkey do? Maybe we don't ever explicitly train people this, but they watch more experienced employees, technicians, and pharmacists on how they handle breaks and when they leave. And what about staying a few minutes extra during a rush? Like say someone's scheduled to get off at 5 or 6 o'clock, but that's kind of like a really busy time for the pharmacy. So sometimes you'll see them stick around a few minutes. There may not be a requirement to stick around until the rush is over, and most of the cases there's not. They're just doing it because as people, we sometimes hate to leave our coworkers in a bind, or we hate to leave them like that. So we might stick around until the rush is over, or whatever that may be. These are things that at the end of the day, I think builds. If people follow a certain social norm or a certain etiquette, and everyone's in agreement without it being explicitly stated, you can build a really great pharmacy because everyone kind of follows that these norms. It's when people break those norms that then people want to get upset and complain about other people, and you see things break down. And a lot of times it's not because they were breaking the written rules; it's because there's these unwritten rules that new employees or employees may break. So when we're trying to help new employees adapt to a job or a role or a culture of a workplace and incorporate these different variables like the company's history, the people, performance, or our language. A great example, when you hear me say waiter, what do you think I'm talking about? If you're in the restaurant business, you're probably thinking of the server, the person who brings you your food and takes your orders. But in the pharmacy industry, a waiter, we're talking about a prescription that's been dropped off and the patient is waiting. They are a waiter per se. They are waiting for their prescription. So we call that prescription like a waiter. That's just a language that I kind of grew up with in the pharmacy world because that's how we would kind of talk about our rush prescriptions. And for example, in the pharmacy I worked at, like we'd use white baskets to put everything in for prescriptions, and then we'd have these green baskets. I guess green meant go. Green baskets meant that they were waiters, and we saved those green baskets for the people, the more urgent prescriptions, and it helped us triage things. But what about just goals of the pharmacy? What's the culture of the pharmacy? And during the socialization process, this is a good time to kind of feel the fit. How is the fit within the organization? And what do we mean by that? With within organizations, there's just different personality characteristics of different people in organizations, and people who don't fit in the organization from a characteristic standpoint or a personality standpoint, they're more likely to leave. And what that does is that, imagine a pharmacy you've worked at. How many pharmacies have you been where, all the technicians seem to be, of a certain, whatever personality. Like they're all, maybe it's not the greatest mix of people, and maybe they all live in close by neighborhoods. They've all kind of grown up in the same area. They've all gone to the same high school, and that makes sense from like a little community standpoint. But again, what it does is there may be two pharmacies in that community. Well, why are the groups of people at each pharmacy different? But within each pharmacy, they're very much the same. And it's because when a new member is hired, and after a few months of trying to be socialized in the pharmacy, and they just don't fit into that group, this research shows that they're more likely to kind of become disgruntled and leave earlier rather than sticking through it and becoming within the group. So it creates this homogeneous group of employees. A lot of like attracts like, right? So having an effective socialization program may actually help new employees adjust to the new job, because again, you're going into a new job, you don't always know what to expect. You read maybe the organization has all these great standard operating procedures, but there's just these like little things like just sticking around to help during the rush, or not taking too many breaks, not waiting to take your 15-minute break till right before the shift is over, or whatever. These little things that can build a great culture for the pharmacy, or really harm the culture for the pharmacy if everyone's going against it. So think about that as you're training new employees. How are you helping them fit into your group? So, it's more than just, how to complete tasks on the job, but knowing the people, the politics, and much, much more of the organization. Helping new employees adjust to the role faster will not only benefit the business, but it's going to increase the chances that you keep that employee longer. And that's the thing that, at the end of the day, if you're able to attract good employees, retain good employees, before instead of a culture where people come in and work for a year and they're already out, having this higher turnover. If you're able to keep good employees, you build all these efficiencies. You build this like highly skilled group of people that have been around the organization for multiple years, and it's amazing what you can do when you have a lot of experience combined with a good culture.